I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, I love this shoe. The BMAI 42K Turbo. Let's get started. Alright, quick disclaimer on this. So I purchased this shoe with my own money. BMAI does not know that I'm doing a review of this shoe. These are my opinions and my opinions only. So let's get started. So let's talk about the specs of the shoe. Now the specs of the shoe, so that online they don't really have any numbers or anything like that. So these are kind of like my own numbers and what I think they are. But the only thing that they have online saying is that this shoe is just under 200 grams for, I believe, a US size 8. So in my size, this is a US size 10. This weighs 236 grams, which is fairly light, a very light shoe. Like I can just go like that. Now talk about the heel to toe drop. These are based off my measurements. I don't know if they're accurate or not. If they're not accurate or not, or if you haven't had a different number, if you have this shoe, comment down below. So what I got from the toe area is about a 28 to 29 millimeters. So I'm just basing off their other shoes online that I've seen. Most of their shoes are 9 millimeter drops. So if this is a 28, 29 on the toe, the heel is going to be about 37, 38 millimeters. So this is a fairly nice stacked height shoe for a marathon. And obviously they call it the 42K Turbo because if you look at the upper, 42.195, the specific number for a full marathon. So it's a very good stack height for a marathon shoe. It costs about 140 US dollars. Yes, I said that right. For a carbon plate racing shoe, 140 US dollars. That is an incredible price. Now, you can purchase this shoe on Aliexpress, or you can purchase it online in the BMAI Vietnam or Vietnamese website. I'll have those links down below on the description. Now, let's talk about the upper really quick. Now, the upper for this one, there's two different models. I believe this is the recent model. I believe they changed up the upper. Now, this time they have a translucent upper. As you can see, and like my fingers, I don't know if you can see my fingers, kind of move around, see, boop, boop, boop. So, translucent, very see-through, very breathable. I love it. It feels fantastic on my foot, and I'll give you a couple reasons why. Now they have the toe box here to give it a little bit of structure, so it's not really loosey-goosey. And also, if you look at the toe box, it's wide. It's a pretty wide toe box, so when I'm running, my foot can kind of display out, especially during those really long miles when your feet start to swell up. So there's plenty of room in the toe box. My foot is, I would say, just a normal feet. They're not super wide. They're not too narrow. They're just about right. So that fits my shoe perfect. I think for anyone that has a wide foot, this will fit perfectly too. If you look at the structure right here, I believe if you also have a narrow foot too, it would pretty much help you as well. I know they've done a lot of research for the shoe. I think it took about 2 years to get the right shoe. let's talk about the shoelaces. Shoelaces are pretty normal, kind of a cotton feel to it. Nothing wrong about that. Now, when it comes to the tongue, it's got a nice suede tongue, I guess you can say. So it's kind of like a leathery type of material, which feels really fantastic on your foot. Now, when it comes to the back, the heel counter right here, very structured. You can't really move it at all. It's also got a pull tab. The pull tab, so I don't really use it that much. So if you can tell, see, I don't really use it. It's still folded. Now, when it comes to the inside the heel counter, they do have a ton of padding on it, which kind of locks down your Achilles area. So it does give you a good lockdown when you're wearing it. So the upper, I think it's really good. I love the design on it, their logo. Like I said, it has the 42. The color on it is just, I don't know. I love it. It looks pretty cool to me. So now when it comes to the midsole, they use what is called a nylon 12. Pretty much it feels like a Pebax, kind of. They said it's more responsive than a standard EVA. I believe they say 45% more lighter and 80% more responsive, which I'm going to take their word for it because after wearing it over 50 miles, I can believe that. Now, in the design of it, they kind of like this area right here. It's kind of like more in. It's kind of, I don't know if you can tell. It just kind of, the design kind of sinks in and then it comes out right at the bottom of the midsole. Now, what's inside the midsole is what makes this shoe, I think, maybe the second best racing shoe, just behind the Next Percent. The carbon fiber plate in here. They claim that the carbon fiber plate that they use in here has obviously a seesaw technology to it. So when you're running, it just rolls you, which I can also believe after running at over 50 miles on this. Now, they claim the carbon fiber plate is 17% stronger than a standard carbon fiber plate, which you can definitely feel. This is what makes the shoe what it is the carbon fiber plate. It's so pronounced, you can really tell that it's there. Like, you can feel it right on your toes, and then you can really feel it right underneath your midfoot, just past your midfoot right here. And when you're walking, you definitely feel like you're falling off a cliff, like you're walking on your tippy toes. When it comes to actually running on it, yes, you can definitely feel that propulsion. It's very pronounced. Like this, like I said, is the carbon fiber plate is what makes this shoe. It's fantastic. Now I want to move on to the outsole. Now, like I said, I put over 50 miles on this, and you can kind of tell they use what is called a DPS outsole. So the whole, it's this little tiny little plate that they cover up the whole outsole, and then they have these little nibs right here so to keep traction. So I've done some sharp corners on this. Definitely didn't like roll my ankle or anything. It's very like the outsole or the outer part right here, the midsole, kind of just makes it really nice. It's a smooth transition. Now I've run in asphalt in this, I've run in sidewalks, and I've run in dirt on this. So I have not run in water, so I'm not really sure how the traction is on water, but all the other things that I said, fantastic. Great outsole. Now the only thing I'll tell you is they said that this is one of the most durable outsoles out there for when it comes to racing shoes. I'm gonna hold off on that. That's maybe the only con that I have. Well, I think I have another con, but I'll tell you, look, that's the only con that I have with this shoe is the outsole. If you look at the outsole, I mean, it's dark right here. The nibs are kind of getting smaller and kind of fading away right there. Also, a little bit over here, and then I don't know. You can kind of see it right there. It's kind of chipping away right there. So, like I said, I believe I have like 57 miles exactly on this shoe. So the outsole is kind of like, eh. So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, everything else is a pro. The upper, I love the tongue. The heel, I know the heel counter is a little bit structured and it probably gives it weight, but it's one of those weights that I'm okay with. And the midsole carbon plate combination, oh, it's so smooth. It's so nice. It's just a nice little roll. Um, if I had to compare the midsole to the Next Percent, it's not as soft as the Next Percent, but the rollover is the carbon fiber plate is what makes this shoe the way it is. I know I sound like a broken record now, but oh, it's just so nice. It's very nice. Like, so I ran with this shoe at the Austin Half Marathon in late April, and it did fantastic for me. I had a lot of people tell me like, "Oh, are you gonna take the Next Percent and all this and all that?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna try a different shoe." And I tried this, and I am so happy that I used this shoe. This shoe like helped me a lot. I know it comes all with the training as well, my training that I did for it, but you know, sometimes psychologically and mentally, like shoes do count. Hate to say it, but they do give you a little confidence booster. And this shoe definitely made me do it. And I would definitely use this shoe on a marathon if I had to. That's how much I really like this shoe. Like I said, I did a half marathon with it. 10K, you can definitely do with this. 5K, yeah, you can probably go with a lighter shoe, like I said. The only thing too, oh, here's the other negative that I forgot to mention. Now, the sizing of this is a little off. I saw this shoe on Aliexpress and I've been wanting to purchase it for a while, but I was very hesitant because they only had up to a size US 10, which is this one. I usually wear a size 11 and a half, and that's why I was really hesitant to purchase it. So I got in contact with the BMAI on AliExpress, and customer service was awesome. They helped me a lot, and they made me look at the chart, and it made me have to actually measure my actual feet, which I never usually do. I always just order 11 and a half, and there you go, that's it. But overseas, not in America, but in overseas, the sizing is a little bit different. Now, usually, I don't know what the exact size are for a size US 10 in Europe, but in this one, it's a Europe 44, which I believe that in the US, it's usually a US size 11. So, and then in centimeters, I believe this is 280. Now, I was looking at my other shoes. Yeah, they're pretty much about 280, 285 when I usually purchase shoes. So I took a chance, purchased it, and I am so glad that I purchased it. No regrets whatsoever. And like I said, it's only 140 US dollars, guys. This is a great shoe. I would totally purchase this again if they can give it to me for free. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yes, this is a great shoe, guys. Trust me. If you purchase this shoe, you are not going to regret it. If you happen wanting to purchase this shoe in the future and you actually buy it and you take a couple runs with it, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this shoe. Maybe comment if you have any other questions. I'll try to answer them as fast as I can and most accurately as I can. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I don't make that much videos, but when I do, they're meant for a reason. Thank you guys so much once again. You guys have a great one. Stay consistent on your runs.